this video we will learn about what's the difference between first of all geometric and the magnetic length. These are the north and south pole of the magnet, and it's always north and south pole do not lie at exactly at the end, they lie somewhat at a distance from the ends. So this is the magnetic length and this complete is geometric length. So geometric length is more than the magnetic length. Next is Coulomb's law in magnetization. Like Coulomb's law of electrostatic force state that F is directly proportional to charge on one, charge on two upon distance between, square of distance between them. But Coulomb's law for magnetism states that this is strength of first pole, this is the strength of second pole. This M1 is representing strength of first pole, strength of one pole, this is representing strength of other pole. So it's same like that of the Coulomb's law, but instead proportionality constant is mu naught by 4 pi. Magnetic dipole, an arrangement of the two opposite pole of same strength separated by some distance, same like electric dipole. Its magnetic dipole moment is represented by capital M with a vector that is Qm, strength of either into distance between them, or other form is I into A. It's same as electric dipole moment. And its direction is from south to north. South to north. The unit is joule per Tesla or ampere meter square. Next is magnetic field of a bar magnet on axial point. On an axial point. Suppose here a magnetic dipole is here with the strength unity, with the strength of positive, and that is unit. So from here we can say that F1 force on unit north pole due to the south pole. Unit north pole due to south pole is this. This is x plus 1 because this is x, this is x, and this is L. So this is x plus 1, and due to north and north, that is this much. As this both are opposite in direction, so we just subtract them, and by solving these terms we get a relation of this term. So this is the magnetic field due to the magnetic dipole on the axial line. Magnetic dipole on the axial line. And if x lie very very away from the center, then we get this is equals to this. So this is the final expression for the short magnetic dipole. Short magnetic dipole. Next one is potential energy stored in a magnetic dipole. This all expression are similar to that of the electric dipole. Potential energy stored in electric dipole, torque for electric dipole, and electric field on an axial point of electric dipole, on equatorial point of electric dipole. This all are similar to that. So that's why I'm just telling you what's the difference between these two. So again a magnetic dipole is here, on this field is force in this direction, on this force is in this direction. Now if we calculate about torque is what? Torque is QMB, that is force is QMB into perpendicular distance, that is 2L sin theta, where QM into 2L is magnetic dipole moment M. So this is BM sin theta, this is M cross B, and for electrical it was P cross E. For electric dipole, if you remember, that was P cross E, but here it's M cross B, where M is the magnetic, P is the electric. Magnetic dipole moment, electric dipole moment. Magnetic field, electric field. Now energy stored, we know that if we have to calculate energy, means we have to do the work done in rotating the dipole from theta 1 to theta 2, and by substituting the value of tau and solving this all, we get work done is equals to this, and this work done gets stored in the form of energy. As cos theta is there, this is nothing but B dot M. This is nothing but B dot M. B dot M, which was similar to P dot E. M dot E, sorry. So we can say here, if it is stable then theta is equals to 0. For unstable, theta equals to 180 degree, and for 0 it is equals to 90 degree. Next case is, a question is there, a bar magnet with pole 25 centimeter apart from each other and strength of 14.4 ampere meter rest with its center on the frictionless pivot. It is held in an incline with the 60 degree, or it's making an angle 60 degree with the magnetic field of this much Tesla. This is the strength of magnetic field, and force at right angle to its axis of 12 centimeter from its pivot. What will happen of force if force is removed? So first we have to calculate tau. tau is mb sin theta. Substituting the value of all, we get tau is equals to this. Other formula, tau is equals to rf. By comparing this and this value, you will get the value of force. You will get the value of force. This much force is required. This much force is required. Next question, current carrying loop as a magnetic dipole. Current carrying loop as a magnetic dipole. Now, if you see a current carrying loop, this is a current carrying loop. So from this side, current is in clockwise direction. Obvious, from the opposite side, it will be in anti-clockwise direction. So if this side is acting as a south, then anti-clockwise will act as a north. So this is front is south, backward is north. So it will act as a magnetic dipole. So it will act as a magnetic dipole. So we can say if front direction is acting as a south and back direction is acting as a north, so it's appear like a south in front, north in back. So it's appear like a magnetic dipole. Magnetic dipole with some magnetic dipole moment which is perpendicular to the plane of loop, plane of circular loop, which is perpendicular to the plane of circular loop. So from here we can say that as B is equals to this current carrying loop on the any axis is equals to this, multiplying and dividing it with 2 and pi and solving it. If we neglect that distance is very far, then it's r cube, and solving this it will appear like E is the electric field due to dipole lying away from it and m is the dipole moment. So what we get here, this is the result of actual field. This is the result of actual field. Next is magnetic dipole moment of a revolving electron. As revolving electron constitute what? Current. So if a current in loop is there, then obvious it has some magnetic dipole moment because loop will act as a magnetic dipole. So if it is acting at the magnetic dipole, it has a loop. Charge current equals to charge upon time. So by substituting the value, time is equals to 2 pi r, distance upon velocity, where orbital magnetic moment is equals to IA. Substituting the value of I and A here and solving it, we get this, where angular momentum of electron is given by LMVR, that you had already learned in class 11th, angular momentum. So from mu L upon L we get Qm by 2m. So according to the Bohr theory, angular momentum of an electron is equals to n times the integral multiple of h upon 2 pi. So by comparing the values and so on, we get this is the dipole Bohr magnetons. This is actually Bohr magneton.